Also, Chris, have you seen what's going on with wrestling right now?
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Segura?
Yeah, I was actually wondering when you were going to message me about this.
Should we start the episode and talk about stuff?
Probably.
Yeah, that's what I'll talk about. What I did was this wrestling stuff.
Scott just sitting there silently, like, anytime.
Hello and welcome to the Cold Bow Podcast. This is Jake and I'm here with my Cold Bros. What's up, dude?
Hey, Cold Bro.
Oh, look at my Band-Aid.
Chris has
Guys,
a Band-Aid.
check us out on YouTube today because it's very fitting of our topic.
Yes,
Yeah.
please
So
do.
if you
Check us
boot
out
this up on a podcast, listen to all of it or just play it in the background so that we get those hours and that download, and then go to YouTube and watch it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Because, yeah, there. Do that.
We're running one short today. Seeming to happen more often.
It's Troy's oldest daughter's birthday. I think she's 10.
Yeah,
So
Troy's
that's,
oldest daughter had a birthday today, so he's doing that. He may jump on a little bit later once he's got things settled down over there. It's pretty late, so hopefully we see
Happy
Troy.
birthday, Rory.
Happy birthday, Rory. But yeah, Chris, Scott, and Jake are here today. What have you guys been up to?
I'm going to go first.
Okay, you go first, Chris.
I wanted to bring this up last time, but my favorite video game of all time was recently remade. And I was very skeptical about this because they announced it like 5 years ago. And the reporting around it from editors and reporters was like, this is going to be bad. And like it moved from this studio to this studio and it was being made in America. Now they moved it to Japan to make it with their 18th. But the game is Final Fantasy VII. And the remake of this is amazing. Like, oh my gosh, dude. Like I've had tears streaming down my face a few times. And it's not even from like something like sad or emotional. It's like, dude, look at what they did. They took like my favorite property in the world. And like I've never seen a remake or remaster or whatever done with like so much care or like thought went into everything. Like the music, and like some of the moments that they've hyper focus on, or like they took it and just blew it up to 11, and like the original game was it's very limited. It's ugly. It's blocky. Like for the time it looked great. But then I was like, oh, this is what they were trying to do back in 1997.
It's not, is it like a scene for scene, like direct recreation, or did they accentuate some spots that they didn't in the past game and now they're doing it?
Or is it like the Crash Team Racing remake that I've been getting?
No, that's definitely like they built an engine for it. That's why it took them so long, because they built an engine for it.
Oh wow.
It's scene for scene, but they definitely add a lot more. And that's what some people are complaining online. They're like, oh, it's just like busy work. Like they're trying to like make this longer. Like they're trying to really like draw this out, But that doesn't bother me because I get to spend more time in this world.
What about is there voiceover?
Oh yeah. And
did they redo the voiceovers or did they keep the old?
So there wasn't voices in the original one.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
But so some people say it's bad. Like some of it can be kind of like Japanese cheesy, but I tend to think they're really good. Like giving a voice to a character like Barrett or Cloud. It's really good.
By saying Japanese cheesy, you're just describing Japanese video games.
Yeah. And like, but that's the thing too, is like it started like in an American company. The company that made it is called Blue Point. And so Square Enix and Blue Point worked like simultaneously on it. So it has a lot of like Western influences, like there's parts of it that remind me of Last of Us, like just watching the two characters banter, like you go into a store and somebody comes up and starts looking at like records. That's what it reminds me of, is they're like hyper focused on these characters. So it's like, dude, it's unlike the set pieces, like buildings crashing, and like the way that they just take like my favorite video game characters and put them in these like Uncharted like set pieces. It's so cool. And like Jose and I have had this competition. It's like a friendly rivalry of like what's better, Zelda or Final Fantasy? And I like both of those games, but I'm like, no, Final Fantasy's better. And he's like, no, Zelda's better. And then he finally got it, and he's like, all right, let's see what this is all about. And he texts me, he's like, I've cried like 17 times just playing this game. I don't know, dude.
Is it appropriate for children to watch? Because I might pick it up because my kids love watching me play.
Ollie watches me play it constantly.
Cool.
So there's a lot of, and the battle mechanics are really good. Like an old school Final Fantasy, like you push attack and you wait. In this one, it's smart because you can attack, like you action, like God of War style attack, and then you build up like a gauge. And when your gauge builds up, you can then go, oh, now I can use an ability like a huge mega sword swing, or like one of the characters has a gun for an arm, so you can do like unload your clip type thing. But so like you can just smash square, but it's not going to work because this dragon you're fighting is weak to wind, so you have to build up your gauge to use a spell to do a wind attack, right? So like one of the characters is a gunner, Barrett's a gunner, Cloud's up close, and then Tifa's like a close quarters combat melee, like monk type fighter. So they all have like their own. So you're just switching a few characters constantly, trying to like, oh, this character's weak to this, so I'll stagger him and then switch over to this. And it's hard. Like the first boss fight, oh my gosh, dude, it's done so well. Like I'm pretty blown away by it.
Is it still turn-based?
No, not at all. And a lot of people were kind of worried that it wasn't, but then when you saw how it plays out, so like in a way it's turn-based because you're waiting for that bar to fill up so you can do like a better maneuver, but you're still like swinging your sword or shooting your gun or punching or using spells along the way. It's so cool.
Right on.
Oh yeah, I highly recommend it. So, I mean, I would say if you were a fan of the old one, but I know a handful of people have never even touched it and they're like enamored with this game. So
yeah, I've never played a Final Fantasy game.
Neither have I.
This would be the one I would recommend for anybody, really, because it's.
I remember
it reminds me of God of War and Last of Us and Uncharted, and then Final Fantasy, and then but like with my favorite characters, it's so crazy. Like I can't believe I live in a day and age where like this is stuff that comes out like this, you know.
I remember growing up, Final Fantasy games and then Knights of the Old Republic were the RPGs that everyone was like, oh, these are the best games. They're literally the best games that have ever been made. And I was like, turn-based fighting? This is dumb. And totally went that route. And then I never played RPGs my entire childhood. It wasn't until I was like late 20s that I was like, I'm going to try an RPG out and see if I like it. And then I played The Witcher and was like, oh no, this is the best game I've ever played. I like this game a lot. And so now I have to start going back and giving RPGs, because I still hear that if you want a good Star Wars video game, that Knights of the Old Republic cannot be beat. And so
yeah, it's my favorite Star Wars video game.
I'm going to have to go back and play it. So
maybe they'll remake it.
They probably are. Like if the world that we live in right now, like if there's something that had a moderate fan base, they'll remake it or remaster it or something.
Right. Lots of money in it.
They just
I brought it up as a joke, but I bought Crash Team Racing. I bought the Crash Insane
I bought
trilogy.
all the Crashes. I bought all the Spyros.
Crash Team Racing is amazing.
Dude, I played Crash Team Racing, and I've been playing it and stuff. And then I went to play Mario Kart on the Switch. And man, Crash Team Racing is just so much tighter controls. I feel like it's so much better.
Yeah.
It feels blasphemous to say almost, but it just...
That is interesting.
There's a lot of people that say that Crash is just like a better kart racer.
It is.
There's only one of them too. Yep. But it was a solid. I mean, it was made by Naughty Dog. I think it was made by Naughty Dog anyway, back in the day.
I remember playing it back on the PlayStation 2.
The controls are so tight. It's like you can be so more precise with Crash.
That's interesting. I remember playing it.
Little polar bear.
It was fun. I think I always picked the polar bear too.
Yeah, he was cute. So what have you guys been up to?
We played every Crash game growing up.
That's true.
The party game one or the Crash Party, whatever.
Yeah.
I
Crash
love
Bash?
that one. Yeah, Crash Bash. Man, we played them all.
Yep.
So I've been, speaking of video games, I've been playing the best video game of 2018. replaying it, God of War.
I actually I was online the other day and I saw
You have my game.
I don't know. I have
I
yours.
was looking for that the other day.
It's your physical game, Chris.
I was like,
I've had it since 2018.
Funny.
But Leroy's been watching me play, and I feel bad because there's some pretty violent.
Does he love watching you kill the Draugrs?
Yeah, he absolutely loves it.
Like cutting them in half.
There's some parts like I just got to the part where I think it's Modi is all injured and Atreus is gonna go like
kill him,
ape shit on him. I like pause. Let's play. Let's watch something. Let's do something else. I'm not gonna let him watch that, but for the most part, it's been so fun. And introducing Leroy to all the Norse mythology. Homework, by the way. It's been super fun, and I love their take on it. Anyway, we've talked a lot about God of War in the past, but
I had a friend ask me recently, "What's up, Thomas?" That he was buying a PS4 to like try to keep himself sane during this quarantine that's going on. And he's like, "I want to play a game like Shadow of the Colossus. What do you recommend?" And for some reason, I thought God of War, and I was like, "I think you might dig it." And it was like, yeah, like the scale, like the sense of scale, like the big monsters, and then like the cinematic story. And I was like, yeah, you should check that out. But then he messaged me back, and he's like, PlayStation 4s are sold out worldwide, everywhere.
You can't get.
I went to Target today just to see if I can see one, and those and Switches are sold. There's Xbox Ones, but the PlayStation 4s and Switches are sold out. And like on Sony's website, like we have to limit these sales to one per household right now.
It's crazy.
Like people are starved for entertainment. You can only do so much sitting in your house.
Dude, and it's funny because like I'm probably work-wise, I'm more busy than I've ever been.
Yeah, me too.
But for some reason I haven't played video games in a long time. It's been a while since I picked up a controller and actually played. And I just for some reason chose this time, and it's been great. I look forward every night after work to go play God of War.
For real though, I have started and finished 2 video games since this coronavirus thing started, and then I've watched Tiger King twice. I've watched Wild Wild Country. I watched. I've almost finished Clone Wars. I've watched so much.
I finished Daredevil finally.
Oh yeah, dude, how'd you like it?
I loved it. I'm like really sad that we're not going to get more of that.
Me too.
I freaking loved it, dude. I was so shocked.
I desperately want them to pull them into the cinematic.
Sony. Daredevil, not Punisher.
No, I haven't finished Punisher. I tried Jessica Jones again. I just do not like that show.
I haven't watched it.
Now I've tried.
Is there 3 Jessica Jones?
I think
there's only 2.
I watched the first one. I haven't watched.
I loved the first season.
That's what I can't get through.
Purple Man.
Oh, he's a great villain. One of my favorite villains.
Best villains.
He's awesome. He's a good character, but everybody else is terrible. They're just awful.
That's true.
I don't know what it is. Every single person bugs me. I cannot get through it.
That's fair.
I did love the 3rd season of Daredevil, though. That was great.
Really good.
That was really good. Did you watch The Defenders at all?
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to watch season 3 because Defenders is awful.
It's so bad.
Oh man, there were so many times I was like, just like cringing. I was like, I'm embarrassed for you guys. That's how bad it was for me.
And it's almost single-handedly the casting for Iron Fist.
But even like Luke Cage is kind of cheesy to me sometimes.
Oh yeah, he is.
But Luke Cage is supposed to be cagey.
Cagey? He's secretive. No one knows what he's doing.
But he's the blaxploitation character for Marvel, and so he's like the Shaft or whatever.
But if I have to nerd it down even more, like he's their paladin, you know?
Yeah.
He's the paladin of the group. He's the moral compass. But he's tries really hard to, like, it just seems phony, like his stoicness and his like honorability. It just seems phony for some reason.
It comes across better in comics and in cartoons than it does on live action.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree with that.
So, just a short little bit. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I've actually started listening to podcasts that I stopped listening to. And like, there's a podcast called Radio Lab, which, I mean, they're one of the OGs. They're one of the biggest podcasts out there. That's one of my favorite podcasts. I've been listening to, I started listening to them again, and they are fantastic. They're one of the more serious. So I have my comedy podcast I listen to, and then my more like stuff that I want to learn things about. So they're one of those podcasts. But I also started listening to Your Mom's House again, which is my one of those comedy podcasts. And Your Mom's House is comedian Tom Segura and his comedian wife Christina P. have this podcast called Your Mom's House. They're actually a really old podcast. I think they've been going since 2009 or something like that. They're really old. They've been going like 10 years.
Almost as long as us.
But Tom Segura, in this last episode, he was in rare form, and he was just like going.
He was saying taboo words.
Well, he was saying taboo words. He was he what is it, 10 milligram Tom or whatever? He was not 10 milligram Tommy. 10 milligram Tommy is when he takes 10 milligrams of edibles and gets high. And he chills out, I think, then. This one, he was just in rare form, and it was hilarious because he's a comedian, he's joking about everything, but he started talking about wrestling fans and how wrestling fans are R-worded. And oh my gosh, he was going off. And I remember listening to it and just laughing my head off, going, this guy in his like, because he would be like, you morons, watch something real. And then in the next breath was like, so in 90 Day Fiance, this is what was which killed me. I was like, fell out of my chair.
Dude, I love how much they love 90 Day Fiance. Although it's kind of become a meme by now, but they've been loving it for a long time.
Dude, yes. And Big Ed from 90 Day Fiance, Mr. No Neck, is one of the funniest things. But
oh man.
Yeah. I know Chris is going to know more about this because Chris is a little more tapped into wrestling. But wrestling fans have gotten a hold of these clips from Tom, and OMG, you get on.
Do they hate him?
Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
But not only do they hate him, but like wrestlers hate him.
There's wrestlers that are tweeting about him.
Because they're mad. Because they're like, he's like, if you're, he said, if you wrestling fans are, is what he said. He's like, this is Undertaker. You're an idiot. Like that's kind of what he was saying, right? But then when I saw it, I was like, I think because he's a comedian, right? So like, I think this is a character. So like,
yeah, it's kind of like it's like the Louisiana thing he did.
He's definitely doing a bit.
Like if you're a wrestler, you should know that this is a character, right? Like so, like I just it's just ironic to me that you would like this is the company that like they did Rosie O'Donnell versus President Trump in a match once, like that's they go for like offensive jokes. So it was just funny to me that people were getting so up in arms.
Oh my gosh, they're losing their minds over it.
But that's I think it's like because I mean there's going to be toxic fans for any fandom, right?
Yeah.
So it's
but his fans are also some of the most toxic fans out there, and so if you react poorly to something he says, his fans are going to flood.
Dude, go to Garth Brooks's Instagram and look at the comments. Every single post is all Tom Segura fans.
Yeah,
just shitting on
asking where the bodies are. The families want closure.
Yeah,
as he calls him a serial killer.
Family needs closure, Brooks.
Oh, dude. But so wrestling fans are going nuts, and then his fans are going after them, and so it's created this like.
Well, and he's brilliant. Like he's doing it just like the Louisiana thing. All it does is brings more attention to him, dude, and people talk about him, and his fans become even more deeper fans because they're going through.
I saw him on Twitter too, and he's like, "I like wrestling. It's like an easy to follow storyline soap opera for guys. Like it's this is stuff that he said in the same episode.
He said it in that same episode.
So he's doing it just for the reaction.
If I'm being completely honest, like I'm not like a big fan of Tom Segura. Like I know, like I just don't like his style of humor. It just doesn't gel with me, But even when I saw this, I was just like, yeah, this is a bit. If you get upset about this, then you're playing right into his hand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so even though because I like wrestling and I don't necessarily like Tom Segura, I still was not like outraged by it. But yeah, I saw it for what it was. Like,
because if you got like you're self-aware enough to know, like,
and like Scott was saying, he had that whole Louisiana thing.
I don't even know what that is.
So he in his, not the special that he just released, but the one before that, he talked about President Trump had the wrong idea about building a wall between Mexico. He said they should build a wall around Louisiana and keep all those dum-dums out of our country, basically. And
he went on this tirade about how stupid Louisiana
is
and how much he hates them.
It
was on the news.
It was on the news. They started attacking him, and then he doubled down on social media about how dumb Louisiana is. And then in this latest special that he just released, he doubled down again and said, retard is the wrong word to call someone that stupid, and I feel bad. The right word for that is Cajun. And so I'm just going to start calling them Cajuns from now on. But it like started this fake feud between him and Theo Von, who's from Louisiana. And so then it was like this feud between him and Theo Von, and like he would never call him Theo Von. He called him that rat guy or the mouse person, and like it was this huge thing that they both fed for a long time until social media with those two fan bases were like, these guys are freaking hate each other and they can't stand it. And did Theo Von sleep with his wife? And like, what's going, because they were both on The Real World, and like, is this what's going to happen? And then Theo Von came on their podcast and interviewed him, and they were like, yeah, this is a bit. We've been playing this joke this entire time. We've been texting each other about what we're going to do next. Which is
so professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Look at like Andy Kaufman and like Jerry the King Lawler fighting on David Letterman. Like that's
absolutely.
That's the irony to me. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and this group of modern comics, they're if you what is it? Chris D'Elia and Brian Callen, they have this like feud,
this fake feud
that like, yeah, it's just it is wrestling. It is wrestling because like there's this one video on YouTube, which hey, welcome to the episode, where D'Elia crashes Brian Callen's set. He's doing a comedy set somewhere, and D'Elia just walks on stage and starts this like battle with him, and it feels like wrestling, right? The whole thing felt like a wrestling match.
It's funny because Joe Rogan did that famously with
Mencia?
Carlos Mencia.
Well, yeah, that wasn't a playful thing.
No. But the Chris D'Elia thing was meant to be
like that.
It was supposed to look like that, although they don't hate each other. They actually like each other.
But they're like playing to the crowd, trying to get the crowd to rise for them, and it was
cold, and he's like,
yeah, exactly,
right.
That's funny.
But yeah, it's all an act.
It's just so crazy how easy it is to screw with people on like social media. Like Twitter's not real life. Like
it's funny because
you can be a character on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer have a podcast called Two Bears, One Cave. Listen to that if you like funny things. But they talked about it on their last episode, and Bert Kreischer was like, yeah, I feel like your fans and wrestling fans probably have a lot of overlap there, Tom. I feel like you're probably getting a lot of overlap there. It's interesting. So anyway, fun fact, all of those podcasts that I mentioned, they all have videos on YouTube. And YouTube is where you can see this podcast if you want to see our faces. So go to YouTube at Cold Bow Podcast, and you're going to be able to see what we look like. And today's episode is going to be all about YouTube.
So should we title it YouTube on YouTube?
Type YouTube into YouTube.
We finally got YouTube to come film us.
Yeah.
Funny how that works. So we're going to talk a little bit about YouTube. We're pretty new to getting our videos on YouTube, and we're not very big we don't know a ton as far as like algorithms and stuff like that. I know that's kind of a hot button thing going on.
Hey, why don't you smash that like button down there? Helps the algorithm.
Smash that like button.
Like and subscribe.
Ding that bell.
Subscribe. Exactly.
If you disagree with us, let us know in the comments below.
Right there.
Click this link here. There's not a link there, actually.
Up in this area, you'll see a horse's head.
Click this link.
Dude, how are we going to censor that? You're making our jobs really hard.
That felt like a very Troy thing to do. I regret that.
Yeah, dude. I feel like the character assassination of me last time. That was rough. Chris hates the cinematic artsy movie. No, I don't. What the hell are you guys talking about?
You hate pretentious movies.
Like Wes Anderson. I was like, I think remember this conversation. I was like, dude, Wes Anderson like fans are the worst because they just watch his movies. And I think that's what I told Troy, and he's like, yeah, Chris hates Wes Anderson movies. So he just does not like them.
I remember him saying that last week, and I was thinking, I'm pretty sure I've talked to Chris about Wes Anderson movie. I'm pretty sure I watched Grand Budapest Hotel with Chris, and he loved it. So
yeah, it was.
I don't know. I just figured I'd let him have his little.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
his fingers.
So
what are we talking about right now?
We're talking about YouTube, man.
Playing this one fast and loose.
So YouTube.
So I gotta preface this too, because this was my wife's idea, and she'll kill me if I don't say that. But she's like, she was just sitting there eating dinner, and she was like, I can tell a lot about a person by what their favorite YouTube video is, and I was like, what? So, and that's how this episode.
Oh God! Now I'm really worried to say what my favorite YouTube video is.
So, who has a favorite YouTube video though? Like, we in preparation for this, I have like 8 tabs open.
But YouTube used to be YouTube used to be something different. Like this might be like the history of YouTube here, but
when it started,
at first it was just a bunch of funny videos, and like I've noticed that some of my favorites are just like candid America's Funniest Home Video moments that have to get caught on camera. Yeah.
I have 2 videos.
None of them are overly produced.
Really? All my favorite ones are like scripted skits.
Yeah. I'm going to go full Reese here and say I have a tier for my favorite. So my favorite YouTube video is a tier. It's I have 2 videos that I can't decide which one is my favorite and which one isn't. And one of them I'm pretty sure is scripted, and the other one 100% is not scripted. But YouTube, when it started back in, when did it start? 06, 07-ish?
05.
About there, mid 2000s. Yeah. When it started, it was just a way for you to upload your videos so that people can see them. There was 100 different sites that were doing it. eBaum's World was the one that I used when I was in high school. But like it was just a way for you to upload, and it was like the Wild West with that stuff, man. You could upload full episodes of TV shows,
videos like Charlie Bit My Finger. That was not supposed to go viral, but it did. Yeah. Because you just put it in a place where you can
you upload it so that you can like send a link to your family member and say, look at this funny thing that happened. You can see it at this link on YouTube, but it wasn't necessarily meant for like the entire world to watch it and laugh at it. But then like the nature of things going viral.
My main use for it in like 2006 and 7 when I was in high school was just like sports highlights and then funny, stupid videos.
Mm-hmm. Dude, there's been so many nights too where we just like, hey, watch this funny video, and then it just became like a game of sharing the next YouTube video.
Mm-hmm. Like, hey, welcome to the episode.
Jake and I had like a dance party once because we were watching like Swedish music videos, like Love Me Tender.
There's a picture of that somewhere online.
Or Aisha.
That one was huge.
That one was eBaum's World that I was sitting in Everett. Do you remember Everett back in high school, Chris? I was sitting in his basement, and we were caught in class once and watched Aisha on E-Bomb's World, and I memorized the dance to that video, and it was great. It was great. That was my first favorite online video.
You were so old too. Like we're just like back in my day.
That was
YouTube was not used for fully produced television shows like Troy works on or like a D&D season weekly show to come out.
It wasn't even thought of that you'd make money on YouTube, that you'd make a career. Like that wasn't even a thing.
I know the things have evolved so much. Like people that stream on Twitch and they're like, if you don't pay me money, and then you're stealing money from me because this is an art. And I'm like,
did you see game. that Twitch girl that did that?
You're playing a video game right now that you didn't even make. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't see how you have a leg to stand on. But then she won somehow. So it's so wild to me. But I mean, in a way, it's kind of similar to a podcast, because this, believe it or not, is a skill. Like our ability to have a entertaining conversation for people to listen to later. Mm-hmm. Like that's a skill that people have.
Entertaining is a subjective word.
But.
Yeah. But we can't wait to build that to
develop that skill. Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
We cannot wait to what was I going
to say? F you, Chris.
But that's the biggest YouTuber alive started with video games, playing video games online.
Yeah.
Right.
In 2010, 10 years ago.
Yeah. And PewDiePie is the biggest YouTuber alive, and he started by playing video games, and now he's filthy rich, and he's playing a video. Like you said, Chris, he didn't make the video game, mm-hmm. but he's entertaining while he plays it.
Dude,
that entertainment.
I can't wait for the PewDiePie movie to come out. Like his story is so insane. Like this,
it's bonkers.
From his first started out, his conception, and he had to censor. He had to disable comments because people were being so rude to him.
Is there going to be video of his conception?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
An immaculate conception.
Anyway,
but so I mean that we're kind of jumping all over the place as far as a timeline is concerned, but that's kind of how it starts as a place just to upload videos, and people were uploading full movies and stuff, and but there was no regulation because it's
but back then it was about having your own website. If you're going to be entertaining on the internet, you had your own website. What is it? I can't think of it. Homestarrunner.com or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You had your own thing.
And then
you didn't put it somewhere else.
Failed. It was bad.
What was that?
Homestar Runner was put out of business because of YouTube.
Yeah.
And they tried to transition to YouTube, and they didn't understand the way thumbnails work and how they can a thumbnail can make or break your video.
Oh yeah. It's everything.
If it's a boring thumbnail, you're not going to click on it. That's why there's so many cleavage thumbnails.
Every thumbnail's the same. It's just
epic fail as a girl in a bikini. Yeah.
Someone doing a O face.
Yeah.
What does that
with
sound
bold
for?
text.
But then then you have people that created vlogs. Vlogs became a thing.
Yeah.
They created a word for it. Where people are doing a daily video blog or a weekly video blog. The Casey Neistats of the world. He's probably the biggest vlogger out there, and his stuff is super cool. But it's just insane.
Yeah, and then you get the Vlog Squad and Team 10 and all those. Yeah, just they are absolutely filthy rich. It is insane.
What's interesting to me too is how one channel can be the biggest, right, and another person could just have no idea. Because like we talked about earlier with podcasts, I have so many podcasts to catch up on and listen to. It becomes overwhelming. I've never seen Good Mythical Morning ever.
Yeah,
ever, But it's one of the biggest channels around.
And they're one of the first YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
They're some of the first people to get on YouTube, and when they were getting paid, on YouTube back in the mid 2000s, Rhett and Link were getting paid by having outside sponsorships.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like YouTube was paying them per watch, or there was a sponsorship that was based on through YouTube or through Google, because Google didn't own YouTube back then. So it was them just like having a lot of views, and another company came from outside and said, "Hey, plug us in this video." And
that's because of like the restrictions around their ad platform on YouTube, that's how most YouTubers make their money now. Is through they called, what is it, a sponsored video or a
It's wild, man. And now we're in this
brand deal. That's what it is.
Now we're in this age of YouTube where you have like entire businesses built around their YouTube presence.
Dude,
so
Ryan's World. Do your kids watch that, Scott? Ryan's World?
Nope, I have shielded them from that.
Yeah, I haven't, because they just found it somehow, you know. But Ryan's World is huge, and it's on YouTube. And
he makes the most. I think in 2018 or 19, he made the most money out of any YouTuber. Tens of millions.
I went to Target today, and there's Ryan's face is everywhere. Like, he is a brand. You know, he has a video game. He has a clothing line. He has a
Nickelodeon show now, doesn't he?
I don't know, dude.
Nickelodeon?
I don't know. Like,
he does. He has a network TV show.
And you know what's funny too?
And
is
I guarantee you, they make more money off of their YouTube content than their Nickelodeon show.
What's funny to me is that because I've seen this and Ryan's World, they're like, I hate this. Please change it. You know, turn something else on, and then they do, and it's like, I don't like SGTV or something, and they just play video games and they just do fart jokes. I'm like, go back to Ryan. Ryan is so much better. Like the quality of Ryan compared to like the editor, like Ryan's dad edits and Ryan's dad is a better editor than this guy. So please go back. Like, I need some variety right now.
It's interesting. Well, I think it's the whole idea of how so many YouTubers, like, their goal is to get on mainstream entertainment. Like, their goal is to be on TV somehow,
well, that used to be their goal. I don't think it is anymore.
A lot of them, deep down, that is, they want to be legitimized by being in legitimate entertainment or media or whatever. And then
they realize.
I think it's slowly going away, Jake, to your point, but it's still a big driver for a lot of people.
It's kind of wild, though, how much money can be made through YouTube.
Or how much money can be taken away from you by monetization and like weird Google rules.
Seriously, if you, I'm really on and off with the like Joe Rogan and stuff like that, but like you listen to him and anytime I watch his podcast, which admittedly isn't very often, but anytime I watch it, he's always saying like, "Hey, can we do that? Or are we going to get demonetized for that?"
Yep.
And
that's said, every channel.
He said like half of his videos are demonetized, which is insane. That you can have
weird buzzwords, like you can't say coronavirus.
Yep,
that's a buzzword you can't say.
If you say that, we'll have a little thing at the bottom of the bit below the
it'll be on ours
video that says something about it could be fake news or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I just said it right now, so we might have that on our.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, and so YouTubers are like saying code words for these things. They're still saying it, so it's just stupid.
Right.
There's a wrestling channel I follow, and there's a wrestler from the '80s named Steve Carino, so they call it the Steve Carino virus. It makes me chuckle.
But yeah, like you have some crazy empires on YouTube right now. Yeah. You have the
reaction guys.
We have the reaction guys. You have Mr. Beast. You have like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan might be like one of the most influential people in the world you could put his YouTube videos.
The comedian podcast thing as its own.
It's insane the amount of, because every podcast, say hello to us, every podcast has their videos on YouTube.
And it's interesting. You see that the best way that they monetize their podcast isn't the podcast channel. It's the clip channels. where they can do multiple videos per episode and just do clips, and that's where they get all the monetization.
Yeah,
That's where they get all
your mom's house has 2-3 hour episodes, but then they have maybe 10 clips
minutes
per episodes.
Yeah, and 10-minute clips that people can.
Small
That has and they have the clickbaity title on those ones. And
something else too we haven't even touched on is like how music videos have almost exclusively moved to YouTube now as well. Like there's no MTV
the Vivo
to watch
stuff.
Yeah. Yep. So because like I just looked at it and there's like something called the Billion View Club, and Guns N' Roses was the first video to reach 1 billion views. November Rain from Guns N' Roses, and like
Crazy.
Numb from Linkin Park is second. Like that was a second video to breach 1 billion. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen is third. So like the music videos that come out over there, like Gangnam Style.
Yeah, that's like how many billions of views?
Gangnam Style is 3.61.
That's
billion.
insane.
Baby Shark has 5 billion views.
Yeah, I don't doubt that one.
I'm pretty sure 20% of that was my parents' house.
You know what's funny too is like because they use it in school, like they'll play it in school. Like YouTube is used in school and classes. You know, like they do like yoga and stuff on there. But my 5-year-old Grayson, he knows Baby Shark, and it starts with the Jaws donut, donut. So now he thinks of Baby Shark when he hears that. He's like, "Oh, Baby Shark is coming!" And I'm like, "What?" And I was like, "Dude, that's
he's gonna have a fun. He's gonna have a fun time."
I've wondered how they got
late at night one day.
I've wondered how they got away with that, because it seems copyrightable or something.
But it's like 2 notes, like because you can play like 6 seconds of a song before it's claimed on YouTube or something. Like if you,
it's not even that. Like you can, it's gotten a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
Like this one YouTuber that we've talked about a lot, and I have one video of, is Gus Johnson. He got his video claimed because he tapped a song on like a garbage can, and somehow the algorithm picked up that it was a certain song, and it got claimed.
Dude, that his keytar royalty free thing, that was the funniest video.
So I'm going to start us off then. I'm going to show it.
What we're doing today is we're sharing our favorite YouTube videos. I don't know if we made that clear at all.
Gus Johnson has a huge backlog of videos, and this one is a good 30-second clip and good give you the vibe of
maybe 80% of the videos he's posted are less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Everything is super short form. I love Gus Johnson.
Oh my gosh. I hate cats.
Well, this is funny. I actually didn't watch this one for a long time because it's like I hate cats, but this is funny. Okay.
What time is it?
Oh, it's 3 a.m.
3 a.m.?
I gotta go do the thing.
Richard.
Helen, I have to do this.
Helen, I have to do Richard.
I'm going to send that to my wife right now.
Oh man.
He's got so many videos. Scott, you turned him on to me. Turned me on to him. A few years ago, it was like one of the first times I went and visited you at the house you're in now.
Yeah.
And we were up till super late, and you were like, dude, you got to watch Gus Johnson.
Yeah.
I think the first one you showed me was his how to make a Spotify ad.
Yeah, that's so good.
It's just it was so good. And that, I think his videos, what I like so much about his videos is what YouTube's trying to move away from. Mm-hmm. It's how the short form videos that he does.
I think it's like a what was it, Vine? Like it was like a thing that started from Vine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vines were 7 seconds. I think he does it in defiance of YouTube, because YouTube they reward watch time.
So you want longer videos.
And so if you get your video to 10 minutes and your most of the views get to 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, then your watch time grows, and then that video will raise to the top of algorithm. And so it's just about watch time.
He's actually started uploading more like 15-minute videos where he talks about a certain subject.
Talking head stuff.
Yeah.
It's his skits and his characters that are the best, though.
But
that's why people watch him.
His 2 minutes or less stuff is so funny.
Dude,
First time I saw him was he did one of my favorite YouTubers is ProZD, and he did a ProZD video like in the style of it was so funny. Yeah. So I like been aware of him ever since, and then like a few years later when he was like still making, I was like, oh, that guy's awesome.
The first one I saw was on Reddit, and it was I'm in the industry. That was my first introduction to him. Oh my goodness!
In the movie industry,
yeah,
in the industry, lots of people don't get what I'm trying to do here.
Is that where he's like pouring? What was he pouring? Like sparkling water?
Yeah, he's like Barbara, I'm not taking that project. He's like, okay, Listen, Mom, sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna share
LaCroix. Chris. He's like,
I think it tastes better than Sprite.
It's sweeter than soda.
I'm gonna share Kylie's video because this is her favorite video, but it's also the one that she was adamant that like this is like how she's like, I can tell a lot about a person by their favorite video. So
so now we get to judge Kylie by her favorite video. Sweet.
I think I've seen this one.
Wait, I did it wrong. I apologize.
We talked about this. You're supposed to share
I know. This is my fault. We talked about this in pre-production.
Sarah, this has never happened, and if I move, it sinks lower. Oh, Sarah, help me.
Oh my God, hold on.
Sarah, help me. Nope. God, my kayak's sinking. Sarah, I don't know what to do.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Can you get my...
Stand up.
No.
Yes.
No, it's too deep. It's too deep here.
Okay.
Oh, no.
What's on your shirt?
No. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. Oh no. Oh, Sarah. Oh my God.
What do you want me to do? I don't know how to help you. You need to go to land and go flip your kayak over.
I can't. Oh my God. Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Okay. Calm down. Listen to me. Max.
Oh, Sarah, help me. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no.
Even if that is scripted, like I don't even care.
But that's what I was saying too. Is like it because it's my like. Look at this. Like they're clearly married or something. Maybe that's him. I don't know. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but if it was,
gosh, my cheeks hurt.
Dude, and they have one video though.
Yeah, they have one video. So like, maybe it's scripted. I don't know.
It just went super viral.
But that dude's like,
I feel like if it was scripted, there would be more. His like, oh my gosh, that was the bitchiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh. How did she convince him to go kayaking?
I don't know.
Stupid.
Oh man, that's
I have a hard time breathing.
So I started off with her favorite, but she also sent me a runner-up too. So I think, Jake, if you want, would you want to share one of yours, or I can share
I'll show one.
I'm awful tired all the time.
Now it's loud.
Oh my God.
Gosh,
Snow everywhere. Snow.
we put the curtain back, right? I don't care.
Look. Have you seen that, man?
We put the curtain back on him.
Wake up. Are you still in bed?
It's only snow. I want to...
Hell. Look at no one is downstairs.
Alan, you're like a big kid.
John, when you wake up, will you come back out? Will you come back out for the?
I'm tired.
We come back out of the snow outside. Look.
I just want 10 more minutes, Alan.
Okay.
It's only snow.
Oh my God. Oh, snow on the ground, on the bush. Oh, look at the berries. John, will you wake up? Do you want some tea?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. I can make some tea if you. Whoa. There's more snow outside, John. The little Buddha in the garden, he's got snow on his little hand.
It's snow, Alan.
I was trying to click cancel. That's funny. Oh my goodness, that's so classic, dude. I remember like the day that got shared with us. It was like top one on Reddit.
It's like the Irish version of Ren and Stimpy.
You don't see like a single person.
John is under his covers the whole time. You never see Alan. John and Alan.
I love him too. He's like, John, will you come down? No. You want some tea? Yeah.
He starts making tea.
I think that might be my favorite part of the whole video.
That's the part that made me think it's scripted.
When he turns around and he's like, John, snow, it's just snow.
But even like he's filming like him grabbing like the tea kettle and it like comes into focus and he zooms out a little bit. Like he seems a little too good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
I'm
like,
pretty sure it's scripted.
Whenever you ask the question like why are they filming this, then that like kind of breaks the suspension.
It's because Alan is so excited that there's snow.
Out of every window.
Dude, that's
Sligo has
also
never seen so much snow.
On the berries.
On the berries.
On the booter in the garden.
The booter in the garden.
Oh, it kills me.
That's good.
That one is it's right up there for my favorite YouTube video ever.
Is that your runner-up?
It's like
so all
right
of mine
there at the top.
All of mine are just videos I like. I don't know. I don't have a favorite. It feels
That's a good point.
Choose a favorite.
Every time I need cheering up, every time I like need a laugh, it's either Snow and Sligo or the other one that's going to be shown later. One of those two will always make me laugh, and they're that one's.
I'll share my runner-up really quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn my sound on.
Oh, I think I know.
Dude, something about that. I don't know what it is. It's like the way he can't contain himself.
So, how much laughter that guy is going through is part of what makes
Oh yeah, contagious. It's contagious laughter.
the contagious laughter. But oh my gosh, my face hurts. I think half of what made me laugh at it was the thought of how stupid that guy looks parking his car and just going.
I love it too how he can't even like get it out. You know, not like his turkey noise because he. But then later, eventually, he's like,
Oh,
and then every turkey. He can't keep his stuff together.
I think that's part of what makes me laugh at all these videos is just thinking about how stupid these people. It's like influencers in the wild. the Instagram account, Influencers in the Wild, you're seeing these people in a candid situation. And that's what makes it funny. And that's what I think that video specifically and is it's this like how dumb that guy looks. Like when all you're seeing is what's in the frame, it doesn't look as dumb. But if you were
like Influencers in the Wild,
if you're like Influencers in the Wild and you were across the street and you just heard turkeys going, whoa, whoa, and you heard the turkeys going off and you saw some guy in a car with a camera, how stupid it would be. I think that's part of why I think that kind of stuff is so funny.
Have you guys never seen that one before?
I've never seen that one.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know, and it seems like you guys like those more candid things, and I don't know, I just don't really gravitate towards those.
Oh, really?
Oh, man.
Oh, shoot.
My father.
Chris found another video that he liked.
Well, Troy just sent me his runner-up.
Oh,
let's watch it.
Yeah.
Who's your daddy? My father. Who's your daddy? My father. And he's better than your daddy. Huh? My daddy can bench press 400 pounds, 800 if he uses both arms. My daddy can make a delicious pizza using nothing but found items from your backyard. My daddy ran a marathon in under 2 hours on his hands. My daddy was the lead singer of 90% of all popular 80s hair bands. My daddy runs the economy from an office buried deep within the Earth's core. My daddy catches swordfish with a fish sword. A fish sword. My daddy has a monkey butler that brings him bananas and fresh herbal teas. My daddy won a Pulitzer Prize the last time he wrote a list of groceries. My daddy was arrested once for smelling too good and for being too handsome. My daddy kidnapped himself and then escaped instead of paying his own ransom. My daddy jumped out of a plane and landed safely on another plane flying at a lower altitude. My daddy conducted all the surveys used over the past 30 years on the Family Feud. My daddy...
Okay. A minute of that.
That's good.
So these are the Good Mythical Morning guys, right?
Yeah,
That's Rhett and Link.
Oh, okay.
So that's interesting that he sent that one, because that's probably not even their best song, but to each their own.
To each their own. I personally like the one that Scott's kids lose their minds
OCD?
about. The OCD song.
Dude, that one's
really
so good. I can't help but sing along to that song. Like I start singing it all the time.
That My Daddy song, though, it's such a Rhett and Link type of joke to have, though. Like, have a My Daddy battle instead of a Your Mama battle. It's a My Daddy battle. That's such a Rhett and Link type thing. But now Troy is getting into something that's different from the videos that we've shown so far. Is that was a highly produced video, whereas the other videos we've watched so far have been not highly produced. I mean, even the scripted ones have
like
almost no
Johnson
production value. Almost no production value. So that
And that's part of the joke.
I think that there's a charm to that, and that especially Gus Johnson, there's a charm.
A lot of people say that's what makes YouTube is the low quality, low production value, not low quality, but low production value stuff. But so bringing you quality while keeping the production value low.
Getting something highly produced like what Rhett and Link do, because everything Rhett and Link does, all the good mythical
nowadays it is.
It's all very highly produced. I mean, the stuff they did when they first started out, their Chuck Testa stuff, that's all very low production.
Well, I guess I don't know if I don't know. I'm kind of redoubling on that because for its time, it was pretty high production. It was at least pre-produced. Like there was thought put into it.
There was thought put into it, and I think that there's thought put into a lot of. I mean, there was a lot of thought put into the Gus Johnson video.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I shouldn't say it that way.
It's just low production value or whatever. Yeah. So there is kind of a debate over does it make the YouTube video more? Does it make it less of a YouTube video to have more production on it?
See, and I like both. I have a PewDiePie video. Well, I actually have two, but I'll just keep it to one. But most of his are pretty low production value. It's just a talking head he's sitting at his computer and he's talking to the camera. That's most of his videos.
Yeah.
But every once in a while he releases like a music video or something. Like he raps pretty decent. He's pretty good, and it's really weird. And he has these friends that are really good at producing songs. And he's done a couple. There's the really famous T-Series battle, and he has two songs where he diss tracks T-Series. One of them is "Bitch Lasagna," the other is "Congratulations."
Congratulations is so good,
dude. I think I might play that one because I have that one. So I have. There's another one where it's about Minecraft because he kind of had a big resurgence with Minecraft, or Minecraft had a big resurgence because of him. And it's just really good rap about Minecraft. And it's kind of funny. But Congratulations is kind of the song that I'll only play a bit of it. We don't need to watch the whole thing. But it just shows that someone that does a lot of low production stuff can have like something going on in the background where they're building this really good high production thing. And as the kids say, this song slaps, and it's pretty funny.
T-Series! It's your big day! Incredible job! I know we had our differences, but today I just want to tell you.
Hey, congratulations, it's a celebration. Party all day, I know you've been waiting. Congratulations, it's a celebration. I just want to tell you that I think that you're amazing.
Hey, congratulations to your corporation. Guess to be one Swedish boy, you need a billion nations. Yeah, you did it very nice, and all it took was a massive corporate entity with every song in Bollywood. Now you're at number one. Hope you did nothing wrong, like starting your business by selling pirated songs. Oops, didn't think we'd see. It's right there on Wikipedia. Get used to your past being held against you by the media. I'm sure right now there's nothing that you're doing that's illegal. Yeah, I'm certain that you haven't had collusions with the mafia. For legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke. For serious Indian mafia, please don't kill me, that's a joke. India, I'm sorry about the memes, you're the best. I love my Indian bros, from Bombay to Bangladesh. I'll take on all the world for you, I'm a heavy hitter. About to cause a genocide, so you can call me.
Hey, congratulations, it's a celebration. Party all day.
Oh my god,
dude! And it's funny because it's so riddled with inside jokes from his past videos. Like because for some reason he mistakenly said Bangladesh was in India or Bombay, whatever it is, and so he throws
Bombay
it
is in India. Bangladesh is a country.
Yeah, and so he's like he made this mistake on his video. He got all his trash about it, and it just had this inside joke, and so he has to throw it in there.
Oh
anyway,
man,
so it's like a typical diss track thing, but he's lost
for legal reasons. That's a joke. Please don't kill me. That was a joke. That's so good.
Yeah, and dude, he's pretty good.
He's just so like magnetic, like his personality.
Yeah.
Just like anybody who's like familiar with YouTube, just like they've heard of him. Like PewDiePie has weird fans, and then like his followers, like he still has them, but like they saw him, they got dragged through the mud. He had a sponsorship with Disney, and they canceled it because he literally made a video about how people take things out of context, and he wore like an SS Nazi suit. Right.
Well, what's funny about that is it was a British World War II costume. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
but then but that was in the video about how people will take something he does and show it out of context, and they did that on the same video, and how they'll show those out of context.
Yeah.
So
he did make some pretty bad jokes in the whole thing. He was really edgy and stuff, but it's like whatever. Yeah.
He's also I love his how he speaks English with almost no Swedish accent, it's almost perfect American accent, and then every once in a while you hear something, and you're like,
Dude, you watch his early stuff. He can
Very
barely
Swedish.
speak. He like 10 years ago, he could barely speak English. It was
right.
bad. Yeah, it's funny.
I remember I would like back when who was it? It was South Park did a episode about PewDiePie.
Did they really?
They did an episode about little kids watching PewDiePie and how annoying it is that there's little kids that are watching people play video games instead of actually playing video games. And I remember
he exploded through the Let's Play format. So
I related to that real hard because my little sister watched PewDiePie or watched Go Let's Play video game stuff all the time, and I was like, this is so dumb. And then and now here I am spending hours upon hours watching Critical Role, watching people on YouTube play.
Well, I mean, we've been watching people play football our whole lives, so
yep. I know, and it's like you watch them because they're good at it, like and they're entertaining.
Right.
And that person didn't invent football, so
yeah, exactly. but it is interesting with PewDiePie how magnetic he is, and like every big YouTuber, unless they have like this well-known feud with him, all really likes him. Yeah. They all like kind of not bow to him, but they all kind of pay respect to him.
Well, they all respect him
when
like,
they need to.
And he'll like go out of his way too to like try to support people.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I was watching somebody, I don't even remember who it was, but all of a sudden PewDiePie showed up and they just said, Felix has entered your chat. They're like, he's like, hey man. And everyone's like, freaking PewDiePie's here right now in this guy's live stream. So he just like goes out of his, he's like Matt Mercer for D&D players, except bigger because he's PewDiePie. Just to put some context there.
And it's things like, I don't know if you know who like Marquez Brownlee is. You know who he is? He's like one of the biggest tech YouTubers. It's him and Linus Tech Tips, so the big tech ones. And right now PewDiePie has this thing. He always has like this theme to his videos that like transition into another theme. Right now it's Floor Gang because he had to move because of the coronavirus. He was in the middle of moving to Japan. He couldn't, and now he doesn't have a desk. And so he literally sits on his floor doing YouTube videos. And so he calls himself Floor Gang. And like Marquez Brownlee, that's this other huge YouTuber that they don't have any cross section. Like it did a video on the ground going, this is Floor Gang, whatever. And so it's like everyone watches him and pays attention and emulates him. It's crazy.
Well, he's the king right now, so
he has been for a while. That's all right. I'm gonna show I guess Kylie's I guess this is her runner up. But this is the other one she hand selected for me to share.
And this looks like a start to a Vine.
Babe, let's play a game. My father's new channel. I'm working. Come real quick, babe. It's real quick. Come on, get over here. It's called the Airplane Challenge. You haven't seen it? Turn around. Open your arms. Open them wide.
Too much skin in this video.
Okay, so I'm going to take this to you. Okay, and it's going to basically, you're going to be able to fly with this. Okay?
Babe.
What?
Oh, she's going to pull his pants down, huh?
Fly?
Yeah, you're going to be able to fly with this. That's why it's with a broomstick.
I never heard of this shit before in my life.
You're going to see.
I feel like Jesus Christ.
Stop it. That's offensive. Don't say that.
That's offensive. Don't say that.
Okay? Stay still. I'll tell you when I'm ready.
Babe, this is stupid.
Okay. Ready? So what you're going to do is you're going to like go like this, you know, with your hands, like if you're going to fly.
Yo!
Tried running off. I did that in 7th grade with the volleyball net.
Oh my gosh,
dude, that's good.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So that was a butt. I don't think it was supposed to be a butt. And then it censored like his balls.
The fact that he tried running off with the pants around his ankle.
He's yo.
What was he running from?
Like he knew the camera was on.
I guess he knew it. Yeah. Ah, man, that was good. Thank you, Kylie. Man, Kylie came out with 2 very good videos.
And I'm gonna share my goat really quick too, because in my opinion, my humble opinion, this is the most important YouTube video of all time.
Oh.
My personal favorite.
Wow, I joined at the perfect time.
Absolutely. Dude, that was amazing.
Troy got rickrolled.
That is an important video, though. That's like that's huge.
That wasn't my favorite. I just wanted to rickroll you guys.
No, but I think there's a point to it.
Well, like it might be, in my opinion, the greatest April Fool's joke ever played.
Considering everyone falls for it every year without fail.
Because YouTube changed every single video to Rick Astley. Like one day, every video on their channel would jump to Rick Astley, and people were filing complaints like, "What the hell is going on?"
Even if you don't fall for it and you're clicking on a Rickroll video, you still click on it because it's still just.
I fell for it recently because Rockstar is like, we have the trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. It's like the 80s. They're going back to the 80s, and then Rickroll like 4.5 minutes. I was like, oh my gosh.
I saw that, and it was perfect.
How many of our mothers got all hot and bothered by Rick Astley back in the day?
Well, by his voice, they saw him.
Then they saw him. I was like, well, I want someone with a soul. I don't know what's going on here.
He needs more soul. His voice has lots of soul.
Yeah, that's the conundrum there. It's like
so weird.
It's crazy though, the amount of internet what's the word I'm looking for? Like the amount of internet lore that has like come up around Rick Astley.
The meta jokes.
Getting rickrolled.
I'm really happy Troy joined right then.
Welcome, right at Troy. That moment.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. Here. Unscripted. It was good. How was the birthday, Troy?
It was good. It was just a little shindig, and of course,
10?
Yep, she just turned 10. Oh, okay. So her party wasn't really like a party. She just had a friend or two over, but like she was. She's.
By the way, Utah Monday. Has let up a little bit on their regulations, so having people over is not against the rules.
Like up to 10 people now or whatever.
But she's turning 10 officially, like in like a day or two. So anyway.
You're an old man, dude.
You are old.
Yeah, that's me.
I need to come over and say hi and give her a present or something.
Yeah, you should do that.
And me too. Cool. Come over and bring me a present.
No, you should stay home, Chris.
Dude, you want to know what's funny is I wanted to go before Jake in case Jake was going to do that exact same video.
The rickroll?
Yeah. Like I wasn't quite sure, so I was like, I have to go before Jake. So
it never crossed my mind.
I was just like, we kind of think the same. I had to get it in there.
So Troy, we've shared a few of our videos. We shared your dad, my daddy.
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we've been going through these, talking about YouTube. Should we go on, move to the next one?
Yeah.
Now that Chris is gone, I can go to and show mine.
Are we on goats or runners up?
Dude, we've just been sharing.
Oh, just sharing. Okay.
Okay. So this is by far my favorite video on YouTube.
Dude, that's super loud. It's like clipping for me.
Don't say that. That's offensive.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This part is right.
I remember this video.
His dog is chasing deer.
Black Jeopardy with Tom Hanks.
His dog's name is Fenton, and you see this like pastoral scene of a park, and then you start hearing Fenton, Fenton, Fenton.
I love like at the very end you hear the guy.
see a freaking herd of deer just start running, and then a dog chasing him, and the guy's like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, no!" And he's chasing his dog, and then it stops traffic because the deer. I don't know why that tickles my funny bone,
dude. That is good.
But that every
because there's other people I'm sure taking pictures and taking videos of this awesome encounter with all these deer, and his dog ruins it for everyone.
And then he's chasing the dog, and he's 400 yards behind it,
making it so much worse. That is good.
So real quick, I know I joined late and I apologize, but what videos have been shared already?
Okay, I shared Snow and Sligo.
It's Sligo, but that's
Sligo,
okay.
whatever.
Oh, he's got out geographied.
I'm sorry, not the only one here who's actually been to Sligo. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's in Poland, right? The Scandinavia.
Ireland. Irish Ren and Stimpy. So we watched Irish Ren and Stimpy. Just watched
the Turkey Gobble Farm.
The Turkey Gobble Farm.
Watched Cats Do Every Night or whatever it is.
Cat at 3 a.m.
Oh, Gus Johnson. Yeah, we've had a few pranks. We've had that one guy who flips his kayak with his wife.
Flipped his kayak. Sarah, the bitchiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
You know what? And I almost picked like in the same vein of what Jake just showed. This also isn't my pick, but it's 6 seconds long. So.
Oh.
Nice, Ron.
I sneezed. Oh, I'm not allowed to sneeze.
That is my favorite video. I love that video so much.
How dad is that? Oh, I sneezed. I'm not allowed to sneeze.
Oh, nice, John. Or whatever. John.
I have never seen that.
Dude, that is the best video. Oh, I'm so glad you shared that.
I'm sweating.
Oh, nice, Ron.
Oh, nice, Ron. I sneezed.
I'm gonna like hear my parents have that conversation. Well, I'm not allowed to sneeze now. I can't sneeze. My own house.
Oh, the most henpecked man on the face of the planet.
Oh man. I love her Minnesota nice accent.
Oh, nice, Ron.
Oh.
Oh God. Oh geez. You guys.
Oh my gosh, I'm sweating.
Dude, I'm sweating as well.
We literally took a hangout where we shared YouTube videos with each other and made an episode out of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my gosh.
I have a quick one, a quick skit one if you guys want to watch it.
Let's do it.
Please do.
So this is a small YouTuber.
Oh my gosh.
Jake, do you remember Ryan O'Flanagan?
Yeah.
So he's a comedian that does YouTube stuff, but this is one he's been doing a bunch during the quarantine, and this is what he did. It's so funny. All right.
So now I'm banned from the YMCA. Like, isn't that what the chlorine is for? Yeah, doesn't it just dissolve it? Yeah. Is that an IRS shirt? Yeah, you know that?
You know
the IRS? Yeah. But yeah, I know the IRS. Nice, you like them? What? Oh my god, I love the IRS. Huge fan. The IRS, like the Internal Revenue Service? Yeah. What do you mean you like them? Oh my god, I love them, dude. I love them. Like the tax people? Bro, they collect income taxes, employment taxes, corporate taxes, gift taxes, estate taxes. They've been around since 1862. They collected 141 million tax returns last year, dude. They are awesome. They are awesome. Do you like work for them? No, just a fan. Just a big fan. Just kind of weird, man. It's like I feel like most people would say that they don't like the IRS.
He's blowing his
Who
mind.
says that? You? No. Well, then who? I don't know. You can tell me. I'm not gonna be mad. It's like to each their own. But who doesn't like the IRS?
It's just like a thing people say.
Who? I don't know, Mike.
No,
Mike's
dude, they
so
collected
good.
like over $3 billion in taxes last year. It's insane. They're awesome. I love his travelogue videos that he used to do.
The best. They're so good.
It even was the best day of my whole life.
It even was the best day of my whole life.
That guy was.
Oh, that's that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
Dude, he's
He's like a decent actor too. Like the guy that was baffled. He's like, what do you mean?
I know. And that video has like 2,000 views.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Man, that was good. See that the scripted stuff.
I'm all about the scripted stuff.
I've got now. I've got another one that I can.
I know. I have
Which,
another short.
speaking of Snow and Sligo, I'm kind of convinced that one is scripted.
Yeah, we had that conversation.
Absolutely. Absolutely, it's scripted.
The guy filming is like a little too good at like zooming in on like unfocused things and
well, and not just that, but like I'm sorry, but snow in anywhere in Ireland isn't uncommon.
No,
so, I'm sorry, rain is common, but snow is not uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
it's on the border in the garden. It's on the ground. It's on the bush. It says bush with. He says bush with 3 O's.
I assume that
It's on the
assume it's not
bush.
very
Mighty
funny
bush.
in Ireland because it honestly it's like
I'm sure they love it. Sligo, okay. Sligo is kind of it's a place that people make fun of. It's like it's like the Provo of Utah.
It's the Louisiana of America.
It's just a place that people make fun of.
Got it.
Right.
By the way, Tom Segura said that there is one place worse than Louisiana, and it's Arkansas. And he said that that's where Louisiana's sewage came up through the ground and created Arkansas. So
For sure.
I lived there. Yeah, it's not untrue.
The Appalachian Mountains, it's just poop.
That has nothing to do with Arkansas, but sure.
Yeah,
it's the Ozark Forest, but sure. Okay, I have one more that I'm going to show, and then we can get into Troy's list of what he wants to do. But it reminded me of this.
Oh
one.
yeah.
For me, nature is one of the neatest things on this planet. That's why Rodney and I started Nature Walk, because we want everyone to know how neat nature is, instead of just me and Rodney knowing it.
Lenny Pepper Bottom.
How neat is that? That's pretty neat. Without a doubt, coming out into nature is one of the neatest things there is to do. But you also have to be careful. That's why I always try to pack a gun. Just a little bit, pack some heat. Now this isn't much of a big boy. I don't want to kill the animal, but I do want to warn it and say, hey, I think you're pretty neat, but I respect your distance. There's bears out here, there's mountain cougars, and biting goats.
Mountain cougars.
Biting goats.
How neat is that? That's pretty neat.
The camera guy has a full-on pistol.
Oh, wow, score. Look at this. This is an aspen. You can tell that it's an aspen tree because of the way it is. Wow.
Because of the way it is.
I use that joke on a weekly basis.
Wow. What a beaut.
Anticlimactic.
What a beaut.
You know, it'd be a great capper to a great day. It'd be seeing a wild animal. I always get real excited at the opportunity to maybe see an antelope or a fox, you know, or some sort of mountain beast. So what I do sometimes is I'll try to, you know, shake things up a little bit, get the earth moving, and call out to them, you know. Here we go. Up, up, up. Hip. Hip, hip, hip. Come on.
Yeah, Lanny.
Come on, girl. Nothing. Gee, dang it. I don't see any coming out right now, but I'm not giving up yet.
Is this guy from Utah? This like has to be.
He has to be.
I don't know, but do you see the amount of views it has?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Not too often do you get all this neatness in one location. That's called nature.
I can pepper bottom shirt still.
The 2.6 thousand people who disliked it, I don't. Why?
That video.
They just don't understand.
I cannot tell you how many times I've stolen that joke of like, oh, you can tell this is a flag. You can tell it's a flag because of the way it is. Isn't that neat? It's just that video kills me every time. Mainly because Chris and I and Scott and I. So I don't know who's where everybody is right
left.
Here.
Chris, to me, you're pointing to me. So
you're pointing to me.
Anyway, on my screen, Chris and Scott were in the video classes with me in high school, and Troy here was also in video classes in high school, but not ours. And that looks and sounds exactly like one of the videos we would have made in high
just
school.
like 3 or 4 times funnier than anyone's.
What's the point of good audio? And what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. Or a good camera.
We talked a lot about production value in YouTube and how low production value often is part of the joke.
Mm-hmm. That's like Gus Johnson's entire shtick.
Dude, I have so many more I wanted to share, but I think I'll just share one more. Because it's honestly like my favorite YouTube video I've ever seen, and it's I don't know, it might be a hit, it might not be, but it's also another form of YouTube that we haven't even touched on yet is animated YouTube videos.
Oh yeah,
jeez.
Oh my goodness. Chris. That was pretty good.
It has been a while since I've seen that one.
Oh, yeah.
Cookies. Windmill cookies.
This will only make sense if you watch this on YouTube. So if you
you have to watch this.
If you're listening to us on like Spotify or something, check us out on
click the
YouTube.
click the link in the description.
We'll definitely link all the videos that we're talking about in there.
Dude, the first time I saw that, I was like crying. It was like,
dude,
this octopus.
Pulled his sock tip.
Cement pizza.
It's funny reading it too. I'm like, yep, that's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying. Yep.
Oh man, and it kind of got two laughs out of me each one because I read it and then I heard it, and it made me laugh on both times.
Oh my gosh! And you're right, Chris. We never touched on animated, and there's so much animated stuff. Like all the
kind of covered a lot of range. We covered like pranks. We've covered like, America's Funniest Home Video stuff, scripted music videos.
Yeah, the candid stuff, the music videos, the super highly produced stuff, the very low produced stuff. But those what was it? The Charlie the Unicorn stuff was some of the early stuff. That
that was H. John Benjamin.
My spoon is too big.
Don Hertzfeld. Hell yeah.
My anus is bleeding.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see Salad Fingers?
Oh yeah.
I did see Salad Fingers, and I think I was over at Chris's apartment when he lived in Murray, and we watched that, and I think I left because I was like, "Oh, this makes me feel bad."
I saw it on my mission for the first time.
Dude, like Happy Tree Friends, they got their start on YouTube.
Oh, Happy Tree Friends, man, that's
my gosh,
crazy.
Yeah, all those animated things.
Roy, do you have another one?
Well, I don't know what you have shared of mine.
I have not shared your goat.
Ah, okay.
We just saw the Rhett and Link one.
Okay, so the okay. Give me a double.
I can share it if you want. I got it right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Maybe I do, and maybe I don't.
I've got it. Okay, hold on. Well, I mean,
just make sure to share your computer audio when you share your screen.
Yeah. Okay. Give me just a sec. I'm presuming I'm the one editing this. I'll fix this.
No,
you're taking no notes, by the way.
I've been taking some notes. It's kind of funny to see all the random swear words in one place.
Yeah, my wife has saw a list of my notes once, and she's like, "Why are you swearing sporadically?"
Yeah, you guys, I actually have to head out right now. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, I love you, man.
Love you, bro.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you, man.
I love you. I really do love you.
I love you.
What are you doing?
What? Why are you showing so much affection for each other? It's weird.
No.
We're friends. I mean, we're best friends. You know, it's like what is that word? What is that one word? I saw that one video.
How am I one of the 44
It's like
million that
Eminem and Dr. Dre. If I love you more, I might be gay. And when I'm feeling down, you know just what to say. You my homie, yeah, you know me. And if you ever need a wingman, I'd let any girl blow me off. Cause you're more important than the rest. I confess, I'm a mess if I'm not hanging with my BFF. You know it's true, you my male boo. Now sing the chorus with me if you're feeling the same way too. Nothing really gay about it. Not that anything wrong with being gay. Shouldn't be ashamed or hide it. In the most heterosexual way. Hold me to a promise that I'll be the kind of friend that in the end will always keep you company. Cause when the world gets tough and times get hard, I will always love you. I'll be your bodyguard cause you're my bestie. And if you test me, I'll prove it time and time again. I've got your back until the end. A brother from another mother never knew how much I loved you till I started singing this song. Romance, nothing really gay about it. No, not that anything wrong with being gay.
I remember that.
I love you, bro.
Just a little bit mean.
Oh, I get it now. I love you, bro. I love you too, man. What are you doing? No! That was my lower back. Why would you touch his lower back? You've changed. You've changed, dude. I'm so glad you've changed. Too far. What the hell was that? Why?
In the most heterosexual way.
Oh, jeez. That
Why was Wayne Brady in that? I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, no, he was at the that was like one of the very first things that happened in the song. They slapped his butt.
I didn't notice it was him though.
He turns around. It was like, Wayne Brady. I have heard that song before. I've never seen the music video though.
Troy and I based our life around that, like when we were at work.
Jeez.
I heard it first on Scrubs.
That video brings back so many memories of just like sharing it and like just. I honestly haven't seen that video in
the lower back thing
in
that was
years.
so funny.
And so
it came out in 2012.
Yeah.
What
awesome.
you say? Remember those YouTube videos? We didn't even get into like the
SNL.
covers. Everybody covering. You can't find that music video, by the way. The whatever that song is, but you can't find that SNL clip on YouTube because of all the people who remade it and uploaded it, and it's just buried now.
I think it's funny too because like the band AWOL Nation did a Sail music video, but a couple of girls covered it before them, like before their music video. So now their official video has less views than the girls' music video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like in the thumbnail it's just like an attractive girl, and it's got double the views of the actual music video for the actual song.
That's all you need.
Troy, I was talking about Dear Sister. Do you remember the Dear Sister video from SNL?
That's the one where they shoot each other, right?
They shoot each other.
Yes, yeah.
What you say?
Yes.
So that you can't find the SNL video because of all the remakes that people have made of it, and that's a huge. I have a friend from college that has a YouTube channel that was based on that.
Really?
And it's extremely. His YouTube channel is called Working with Lemons. Check it out if you want to. He's the one that does the he does the live action Disney music videos.
Oh yeah.
So he does all the he did a bunch of the Frozen songs that he did.
3.5 million subscribers. He
has so many and his first video he uploaded was that took off was do you want to build a snowman from Frozen?
Mm-hmm.
It was an editing project in college, and they said you have to turn it in via just upload it to YouTube, give the link to us, and then we'll watch it. And that's how they were going to grade it. He uploaded it to YouTube, didn't make it private, so it was public, and people found it and then started sharing it, and like within a week it had something like 80,000 views. Within a month it had over 1 million views.
How long did it take Disney to come bring the hammer down on him?
Disney came to him later because his whole family is a bunch of actors and singers, and so they're very musically talented. They're good actors.
Mm-hmm.
Disney came to him and said, we will split 60-40 with you.
Dang.
You can use our
like it never happens.
You can use our songs, and you can use the likenesses of our characters, and you'll just work with us on this, and you'll split the YouTube revenue 60-40, where he gets 60, Disney gets 40. I think I may be talking out of my ass with those numbers, but they came to him and said, we'll have a split with you on this. And then he just started making all these songs, all these music videos. And,
yeah. I remember when you worked on the Elsa one.
I worked on the one that was Let It Go.
Yeah.
That was and then I worked on a bunch of the ones with him. But that was the big one that I worked on was Let It Go. But anyway, he at one point he was making stupid amount of money, $10,000 a month or something like that.
Jeez.
from his YouTube stuff. And it started with this editing project where he did Do You Want to Build a Snowman? Used his two sisters who can sing, and he just did that thing. The video quality is really poor. Like, he didn't do any color correction or anything. It's just, but it sounded good. It was two adorable girls singing to each other, and you never know what's going to blow up. That's the thing with YouTube. You have the thing with social media in general. No one knows what's going to go blow up. No one ever knows what's going to go viral.
That's why most YouTubers just ride waves.
Yeah.
So something blows up, everyone else starts copying it. You ride the wave.
Can I address this for a second? So we've talked about this before. I work for JK Studios. Before JK Studios was JK Studios, they were a sketch comedy group called Studio C that were part of BYU TV, and we actually had lived next to and became really good friends with Jason Gray, who's been on our podcast, who will be on our podcast again later. And we were talking, and their big goal was trying to get a video that would reach 1 million views, and that was their big. It was just a goal. Anyway, so they decided, at the time Hunger Games was really popular. So they decided to do this big, huge thing where they did this whole musical stuff with Hunger Games, and they BYU TV put a whole bunch of money behind it and was like, yeah, we're going to push this. And that stuff did eventually get to over 1 million views. But what the first video that got them over 1 million views was a small sketch that they had actually shelved for 3 years previously called Scott Sterling. Their Scott Sterling sketch, and if you haven't seen Scott, do you guys want me to play it or?
Yeah,
okay. Scott Sterling, that sketch, all it is it's just a guy that gets hit multiple times in the face with a soccer ball. So
I showed this to my kids recently, and they felt really bad for that guy.
I mean, that's how it works.
These other videos have a lot of good substance, but football to the groin has a football to the groin. Mm-hmm. It works on so many levels.
Sure, I'm going to share mine until your ads are done.
No, I've got it. I've got it. I'm just looking for the share screen. Here we go.
Welcome back to our coverage of the game of the year between Yale and North Carolina.
If you're just joining us, we have witnessed an unbelievably well-fought match tonight, and it's come down to penalty kicks. Peterson for Yale, taking the first approach.
Oh, there it is! Spectacular! North Carolina's goalkeeper Richards just let one in past him now, so now the burden rests on Yale's Scott Sterling.
Here he comes, nerves of steel, that man, dealing with more pressure now than a submarine.
Indeed.
Home crowd showing some appreciation.
Johnson places the ball on the spot, getting ready. That man literally has a cannon for a leg.
Yes, he does.
Here he goes, winding up for the shot, and oh! The cannon has fired and hit Sterling directly to the face.
We clocked that at a stunning 116 kilometers per hour.
Now that's a lot of miles per hour.
Little chance that man's nose is not broken right now.
Oh, indeed. Now Sterling getting checked out for that one. Spectacular save, though, but sadly, he's not out of the woods yet.
On his feet now, a bit shaken.
But not stirred.
This crowd absolutely loves this man.
And Sterling's teammates welcome him back a hero for now.
He yells up again for the second attempt, looking to make it 2-0.
He approaches the ball with some determination. Here he goes.
Oh, it's high and wide, way off target.
Yes, apparently he thought he was kicking a field goal.
Wrong kind of football, I'd say.
Good show.
Back now to Scott Sterling. He looks a bit worse for wear, but ready for round 2.
And Shaw takes a moment. Here he goes with the approach.
Oh! Sterling with a fantastic dive. The ball flies straight through his hands and once again strikes him straight in the schnoz.
And let's see it again on the old instant replay. Oh, every excruciating detail captured in HD perfection.
Clocked at 129 kilometers per hour. Yeah, Sterling does not look well.
2 wonderful saves and 2 definite concussions.
They may replace him at this point. He's done all he can.
Yes, as his trainer takes him off the field like a mustached lion dragging a gazelle through the Serengeti.
Adieu, Scott Sterling.
Adieu.
Yale now with their third PK. Richards is in the goal, bouncing like an infant girl.
The crowd holds their breath as he goes in. Here it comes. Oh, very anticlimactic.
Let's see who they got to replace Scott
Sterling is back!
He's still in the game!
Oh my! And he's taking a very odd tactic now.
Seems to be curling up to protect his face.
Not exactly a recommended technique, but here it goes. Wait, no. Lambert needs to tie his shoe. Ho-ho. And that's why you do a double knot, kids.
Sterling still waiting for the kick to happen. He's probably wondering when. Oh! Sweet buttered crumpet!
My
The ball drills Sterling right in the face.
That man's nose must be absolutely devastated. He's gonna look like a witch that flew her broom into her nose and then crashed into a hammer.
I hardly even care about this attempt. Let's go back to Scott
Sterling, the man,
the myth, the legend.
3 perfect blocks by Sterling and his cat-like face reflexes.
Absolutely incredible. Though I must say, Sterling does not look well at all.
Well, you know football players like to add a bit of drama, don't they?
They're gonna take him out. No, wait! They brought him a chair!
Oh, a bold move by the manager! Bain sets up for the 4th attempt!
And this, frankly, is a gimme. He literally just has to kick it anywhere except where Sterling is sitting.
There is no possible way that North Carolina can mess up this shot. Oh! 158 kilometers per hour!
This man can do no wrong!
Look at him beg for mercy when it's mercy that should be begging for him!
He has looked death in the eye and said, "Take your best shot!" To which Death replies by punching him in the face over and over and over again.
If Yale makes this final shot, it's all over. But no! Oh, he misses, which means we're going to Scott Sterling!
His face is like a brick wall!
A brick wall that can feel pain and cries a lot.
But where's Sterling? Oh, he seems to be crawling away from the goal. What is he doing?
He's throwing away the bat! Oh! Sterling has done the impossible!
I can't believe it! Look at that! He played it just right! What incredible instincts to crawl away from the goal like that!
And his teammates rush the field, happy as a lark as they slide in!
A Bernini sculpture of a finish!
As his teammates carry him off on the stretcher of glory, we thank you for sharing this absolutely heart-stopping finish!
Scott Sterling and his face of steel have won it all.
So,
oh god!
So that video,
that video made its round in the when it originally aired.
All around the world. If I don't know if you guys remember, but Jason shared this with us when we did the SNL episode. But he said that after that episode went, it started making its rounds. A soccer club, and I think Argentina, contacted them and asked them if Scott Sterling was okay. And it's just like, this is just an example of what Jake was saying earlier about how if you never know what video is going, you can put all your money, all your eggs, what in this basket, whatever, you can put everything into this one thing, and that one thing may be okay. It might get some views, it might not, but that video has almost 76 million views. Yeah. But that's not even counting all the times it was copied and replicated and
that
put on somebody else's like Facebook page or something.
Yeah,
that video also actually is what put them on Conan O'Brien's show. So just kind of talking about local people, it's just
dude. I have a friend who he used to deliver like workout equipment with me, and we delivered to this like really wealthy guy's house, and he tipped us in like 120 cases of Pepsi Max. And so his idea was to take a bath in it. Right. And so he did it and he put it on YouTube, and 5 years later, somebody posted it on Tumblr, and he's like, "What's a Tumblr?" And I was like, "Dude, I don't know." But because of this, it went on to like 10 million views or something on YouTube, like 5 years later.
Dang.
So it's just something he's had on there for a long time.
Sat on it for 5 years.
Dude,
it's crazy.
This is our I'm friends with him as well as Nate. I wasn't friends with him when they made the video, but yeah, I've talked to him about it. It was just random chance of just it happened. Like he just took a bath.
Someone finds something and the right person shares it.
like an influential Tumblr page. So, and he's huge on like the Pepsi Man or Pepsi Bath or whatever. And then I was like, I don't know how to navigate Tumblr. I don't know how to use this. So like, I couldn't tell you the origins, like who's the blog that shared you the very first time. I have no idea. But it just made its rounds.
It's hard to track all of that sometimes.
It's really funny, really random.
Fantastic. It's good stuff.
All right. So do we decide on a winner? How are we going to do this?
I don't know. I didn't like. I joined late, so I don't know if we were doing runners up and.
I don't think we need a winner, do we?
We all kind of shared a bunch of videos.
We could just share your favorite video that was shared tonight that wasn't shared by you.
I definitely want to see the different videos that are shared because I am so excited. I love YouTube videos. I laughed my head off at every single video that was shared tonight. My face hurts, my stomach hurts from laughing so hard.
That's what we needed. The doctor ordered.
This has literally been like one of the least formal episodes we've done, but it's the most like just us four hanging out and just sharing.
I think it's gone long too. I think it's gone like hour 45. I can't tell.
I just checked what time it is, and it is very late. Anyway, YouTube. Let's see. How do we end this?
Just share your. What was your favorite video you saw tonight that you didn't share?
That I didn't share. Let's see.
There was one that I came in late, so there was one that I was doubled over just laughing. I can't remember. Was it the Fenton one? No.
Was it?
I think it was probably Nature for me.
Nature walk.
that one.
I'm gonna have to.
There you go. I remember which one it was, Troy. Oh my gosh! I was share again.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Nice, Ron.
I sneezed. Oh, I'm not allowed to sneeze.
That gets my vote. I'm not allowed to sneeze. I came in late. I haven't seen all the ones you guys have shared. There
you go. Here's this one.
Nice, Ron.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I've heard this one.
Oh, can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down to my...
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
I actually have one more I want to show because it's I decided it's my goat. If I was going to submit a goat, you know who Ed Bassmaster is?
I love Ed Bassmaster.
So this is like his first one that blew up like 10 years ago. He's the psh guy, psh, that guy. But this is one of his first characters he does, and it's so awkward. It's really hard to watch, but it's good. This is, would you look at it? Okay.
Oh, look at this. What are you wiping the windows?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's nice and shiny.
Well, it's a 78.
Yeah, it's looking good. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's got original paint too. And
yeah.
People that owned this thing before me must have put the thing away in its Long Island, New York garage every day of its life.
Oh, go figure. Look at this. Oh, look at this.
Got it for $700. It's real clean. You can work on it. It's the things are not packed real
right,
close
right,
together.
right.
There's still a lot of room to work on it. So with that consideration,
right.
you know, I'll go down.
You'll still do it.
Park that $700.
Park that. Look at this. Look at that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Look at this. You know, when I see a car like this, first thing I do is I say, "Would you look at this?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, would you look at this?
Yeah, well.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, there's a few more blemishes on the car.
Oh my gosh, just look at it.
The car is not perfect.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is that? Oh, look at this. You got me running all around the car.
Yeah, the only
Oh, would you look at that?
Put that
just
on.
Look at that.
I can't pull it out either. I'd have to drill it.
Would you just look at it?
Yeah, it's sad. It's the only mark
I
on
mean,
the
just
car.
look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, just get a look at that.
A cop did that.
A cop. Oh, where is he? I'd like to look at him.
Yeah, I went over and tried to fight it.
Yeah.
It's a particular type of humor.
I don't understand it. The guy was showing him a car. I don't understand like how the guy didn't know that he was just Like,
Well, the guy-
it's hilarious. I don't understand how the guy didn't know.
Here's the thing: we've all run into someone like that.
Yeah.
Like I work with multiple people that are exactly like that, where they're just kind of like oblivious to the fact that you don't want to. Hey, that's me. Someone who's oblivious that people don't want me talking to them.
Yeah, I do a podcast with a guy like that.
Nice,
I'm
Ron.
Falling asleep right in front of him, and he won't leave.
And that
if I had a nickel for every conversation that ended with me talking to a sleeping person, I'd have at least 25 cents.
Okay.
Oh man, and this episode ends like the rest of them do, with us running out of stuff to say.
YouTube is awesome. Send us your favorite YouTube videos, and help us to get our reach out further on YouTube as well. So watch our video, watch this episode on YouTube, and let us know what you think.
Indeed.
Please.
Smash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell, and get
that was
on
my
the
favorite
comments.
video shared today. Was the IRS video. That was definitely my favorite one.
I'm gonna have to say the bitchy guy, Sarah. Sarah.
Have you seen that, Troy?
I don't think I saw it. I vaguely remember it, but it
was that's Kylie's favorite. That was what spawned her idea for this episode. Is
share it with me later.
She said, I can tell a lot about a person by their favorite YouTube video. So if you're listening now, go ahead and send us yours.
Let Kylie judge
we'll analyze your personality that way.
Character based on that.
Before we go, can we back up and let me tell you guys what I've been up to? I'm just kidding. No, I'm just...
Oh, I was like, dude.
I'm about to fall asleep in my chair.
On that note, thank you guys for letting me jump in a little bit later and still being part of this episode. So.
I'm glad you got rickrolled. I'm super happy. That might be my favorite part of the whole episode.
Yeah, I changed my favorite video. It was definitely